What is going on, mates of YouTube? My name is Aussie Marcel, and in today's video we're going to be looking at all 4 of the new Lynx premium fragrances. I've covered 2 of these on the channel previously, but it was more sort of a first impression style look at them. So we're going to be looking at them with a little bit more of a comprehensive focus today, or at least we're going to be comparing them to one another. And at $5 each on sale, I picked up 3 from Woolworths and 1 from IGA. I mean, look, I've always said that the Lynx fragrances are better than people give them credit for. You may know them as Axe body spray. I haven't spent $20 on Lynx fragrances since probably I was 13 years old. Back then, I loved Africa, Dark Temptation, which was the dark chocolate one. I think everybody loved Dark Temptation. And my personal favorite was Lynx Instinct. Now, that had the older style can with the claw marks on it. They were like an orangey red claw marks. Sort of looked a little similar to the Monster logo, but that had a deep, dark, sensuous leather note, and that was easily my favorite of the bunch, but you can't find it anymore. So if you remember Lynx Instinct, drop it in the comments below. But yeah, let's have a look at these new Lynx premium scents and see which one you should buy. Starting off with Peach Infusion. We looked at this one in the previous video and I was a big fan of it. Patchouli and amber here. It's more subtle than you would expect out of a Lynx fragrance. This new premium lineup, they're not punch you in the face with huge doses of sweetness. They're not sickly. This one has a subtle peach quality. It's a little creamy. It reminds me of, you remember those lollies that you used to get, or candy, when I was a kid, like the little peaches and cream drops that you can find? They smell exactly like that, except there's a bit of amber in the base, and that patchouli does give it a bit more heft as well. For that $5 price point, and if you don't mind smelling like peach, this is going to be a great option for you. Now, the performance wasn't amazing. It lasted about 2 hours, so definitely not the most performant of the Lynx fragrances that I've tried, but I think that's a worthy trade-off for how subtle the overall fragrance is. It's not premium in terms of performance, it's premium in terms of how it actually smells. 72 hours freshness, it claims on the can. Well, you get 2 hours. 2 hours of freshness, but I'll tell you what, for $5, I would rather smell like Lynx Peach Infusion than a lot of $10 fragrances. So you definitely get your money's worth in terms of the overall quality of the scent. Now we're going to be looking at Cherry Spritz again. This one I liked until I smelt Peach Infusion, but the performance for the Cherry Spritz is better, so do keep that in mind. You get a hint of that Ariana Grande's Cloud, that Baccarat Rouge 540. Oh man, it's very nice. Again, it's subtle, it's got some sweetness to it, but it's sort of like a more subtle sweetness rather than a really lush apple sweetness. Again, it's a little on the creamier side. It's soft. There are some powdery qualities to this one as well, and I get a bit of aromatics as well. I think last time I said it was like a hint of like leaves, cypress, something like that in the opening. It is a little fresher than Peach Infusion, and I would say it's got more of a citrus fresh quality to it. So if you just want to smell fresh and clean, go with the Cherry Spritz. There is some tartness here as well, which you might really gravitate towards. So if you want to smell fresh and clean, go with Cherry Spritz, but if you want to smell a little sweeter, go with that Peach Infusion. Now let's look at Coca Velvet, right here. Vanilla and cedarwood. I love myself some vanilla scents. You know, I've always said on this channel, the best value vanilla scent you can buy is pretty much Mercedes-Benz Club Black. It's an amazing fragrance for under $50. Vanilla, amber, smells like a masculine cupcake. Coca Velvet, let's have a crack. Now, of the 3 that I've tried so far, this is going to remind you the most of that classic men's Lynx sort of style of fragrance. I don't get a huge amount of vanilla. I do get a touch of that cedar wood. I get some aromatics here. Yeah, much more of that classic vanilla style of scent. So if you're a big fan of the way those Lynx fragrances smelled like 15 years ago, you're gonna love this. It's sweet. It's got some woodiness to it as well, but it isn't overly sweet. It just reminds me of pretty much a generic Lynx fragrance. There's nothing too special about this one, but that doesn't mean it smells bad. For that $5 price point, any of these are going to be a good choice. It's a little reminiscent of the gold fragrance, the Lynx Gold. Okay, and now that I'm thinking about it, it also reminds me a little bit of Lynx Black Vanilla. Black Vanilla is a little more interesting, so if your choice is between Black Vanilla and Coca Velvet, I mean, actually I think I prefer Coca Velvet, but Black Vanilla has a bit of like an orange zest quality to it, so maybe you'd prefer that. And finally, we are looking at Golden Mango. Easily the freshest of the bunch. Huge dose of citrus. Touch of maybe a green vetiver style. Or did I say Coca Velvet was the most classically Lynx style of fragrance? Maybe Golden Mango. This is giving me that 2010 Lynx body spray vibe. I like it, but it has a bit of a toilet freshener quality to it. Maybe chuck it in the dunny. I don't know, man. It's not bad, it's fresh, it's citrusy, but it doesn't have that lush sort of realistic fruit quality to it like the peach one does, or the cherry Spritz, which has that really realistic apple note. This is just like a huge dose. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Lynx Voodoo. This is very synthetic though, and my least favorite of the four that we're sort of primarily looking at today. So, if I had to put it in order from my favorite to least favorite, I like them all, but I love the Peach Infusion. And I really like the Cherry Spritz as well. Then, significant step down, we've got Coca Velvet. This one's nice, definitely not bad. And then, for that 2010, you know, fresh after playing British Bulldog vibe, douse yourself in a bit of Golden Mango and you're back in 2010. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna rank them as today. If you've tried them before, let me know in the comments below. What are your rankings for them? And until the next video, my name is Aussie Marcel, and I'll catch you guys around.